Well, hello, my beautiful Leo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for end of November, right through the end of December 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using guide chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. So let us start your reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Leo, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with the rest of the cards there just to see what is going on with you in a major way regarding your career and your finances. And of course, remember, you are currently in your 10th house and your 4th house as you move through the next couple of weeks there. 10th house is all about ambition, having the energy, the drive, and the vision to follow through on your projects and get a lot done, of course. And the 4th house is all about your stability, saving your finances as much as possible, but creating a foundation for you to build on financially for years to come. So let's see what's going on there for you. The first card there is the Magician. You're someone who's super talented. I feel like you're doing it all right now. I feel like you have many fingers in many pies. And also with the guide chimes, I really felt that there's something coming a little bit left field for you in the next coming weeks. It may disrupt your typical schedule, is what I'm seeing there. This may be something that requires your attention. I'm not saying it's like urgent or it's negative. I don't feel that at all, but I do feel there could be something extra that comes in that requires your attention and you may have to factor it in. It feels like a break in your schedule that you need to really adhere to, okay? So that's coming through there strongly as well. Now we've also got the Tower and we've got the World there as well. Now the Tower is in the resistance position. If you're going to get it in a reading, that's exactly where you want it to be. But I do see a bit of a restructure going on in your industry or in your career environment right now. And the World card tells me that you are very goal-oriented, very action-oriented. And as I said, you're doing it all. You're going to complete a lot of things right now. And I really see that you're focused on completing tasks and responsibilities. Of course, the World card can indicate that, you're working really hard to close down the year on a high. And with that Magician energy, it feels like you're bringing some extra magic, that extra final push as we close out the year. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. The year has flown by so quickly there. But the Magician card tells me that, you are moving at a very action-oriented pace. You are disciplined. You're utilizing all your resources. And also, you may be really focused on portioning off finances. When you think about the Magician, there's different elements there. So, of course, you may be portioning off finances for your utility bills, all the practical stuff with that pentacle energy on the Magician. Then, of course, swords can be like new ideas that you've got bubbling up as you're planning for the future and things that you want to adhere to for next year. It's like you're setting yourself up there. Of course, the wands are all about your energy, your drive. So you may be keeping on top of energy levels, but also this can be that you're pushing on through with your energy to get everything done and complete any tasks or responsibilities there as well. And of course, the water is all about you tapping into your emotions, how you feel about your industry, how you feel that you're doing right now. And a lot of you may even have some sort of appraisal or review period. Now, this can be with a company or your boss if you work for someone, but also if you work for yourself, this could be that you're checking in with yourself to see how you feel about the different tasks, responsibilities that you have, making sure that you spread your time evenly with everything that you need to do so you get it done in a very measured fashion. But also it can be you checking in to see if, you want to branch out a little bit more, or see if you still love what you do. Because I'm seeing in the water, because I scry at the same time as doing your reading, I see in the water right now one flower, okay, and there's just loads of bees hovering around this flower, okay, but there's also this unusual flower in the background there, and I just see one little bee kind of floating off or flying off towards that unusual flower. So this could be symbolic, of course, that you're doing something that is different from everybody else. Perhaps you are taking your career in a different direction, or maybe you feel like what you're doing right now is very oversaturated. A lot of people getting in the mix, maybe influencing things, and you're like trying to visualize new ideas or something rare and different that sets you apart from other people. So that's coming through there. I mean, bees represent community, so it can be that you're working together on something with people, but also there's a project coming up where you want to go off alone, or some of you are even thinking about setting up your own business. You know it's going to be hard work, but the rewards are going to be absolutely worth it, okay? And as you can see, this beautiful, I think it's a drake. I'm not really au fait with ducks or birds in general, but I feel something could be taking flight for you. The Magician card is your protagonist energy, so you're bringing your magic, you're bringing that drive, that willpower there, you're owning your time. And it says here, the future before you may seem uncertain, presenting both risk and opportunity, but a triumph or a creative success may be about to bring you a new beginning. Okay, so you're envisaging something new. A lot of you are, bringing that passion, that drive, and of course, action. I feel like you are seeing things through to the end. Now, there's a lot of success there because the World card indicates a lot of success. So some of you may be manifesting new money or bonus energy. For some of you, I will get to the rest of the cards to see what's going on there for you. But the Tower is in the resistance position. So this can be that you're decluttering. When you get it in the resistance position, it's like you get it in the reverse, which means nothing negative going on. For some of you, there may be some sort of merge going on behind the scenes, or some sort of change in management or change in the infrastructure of how you work. Thanks so much. I'm truly grateful. I'm being given a song which is really high energy right now. It's like a club song, okay? Definitely an unmistakable voice, Paloma Faith. It's definitely her. I'm just hearing everything is changing. Okay. The song goes to a different part. Something about not signing up for something. I'm not really sure what that lyric was. It just went really quickly, so I got to be honest with you, I can't quite hear it. I'm not sure what the song's called, but I think it might be Everything's Changing, or Everything, maybe, I'm not sure. Look it up. You may hear this song over the next couple of weeks that signify some monumental change or shift in your working environment. I mean, the World card can indicate that a lot of you feel like you've been doing something over and over and over again, and you just want to change the way that you work. This could be like new computer software, maybe technology tools, or new things to help you innovate whatever it is you're doing. Everything's changing can indicate that your industry is evolving in a way that you feel you need to keep up with the pace or open yourself up to new knowledge in some way, and kind of like, I don't want to say break down everything that you knew, but it feels very much like you could be building upon your knowledge with some extra skills or something there. I mean, the World card, for some of you, it can be that you've been waiting it out if you work for a career. It could be, if you work for a certain company, it could be that you've been waiting it out to get some sort of benefit or bonus before you decide to leave, because the World card can be that you're coming to the end of a phase. But I mean, a lot of you, that World card is definitely the end of the year, that, you may be decluttering your desk or your filing system, for example, or for some of you, If you work for yourself, you could be doing like end of year accounts or just checking in with yourself. But listen out for that song, because I feel it can be an energy of like you're doing something over and over again and something needs to change. So I feel you may be the catalyst for change for that. So some of you, it's about standing out in your industry. The tower is noticeable. So when you think about when you visit cultural environments overseas, go on a vacation, for example, you go to see the monuments, you go to see the towers, you go to admire the structure. So a lot of you could be, setting yourself apart, just like that bee energy that I just saw right now. You could be setting yourself apart to branch off in a different way or do something different that sets you apart for more rewards, okay? But it says here, by withstanding the coming challenges, your future will be bright, seeing things as you want them to be in order to make them become that way. So this is all about your structure this next coming week. So it can be that you're setting yourself up for the new year already. You're way ahead. You may be like 2025, that was a challenge. You're looking forward, looking ahead, even though it's November. Right? But this reading is right up until the end of December as well. So, it makes sense there. But, there could be some minor surprises going on in your industry. Something that doesn't really affect you is what I see. But I do want to address in a moment when I get the rest of the cards, if you're currently out of work, some of you may have had a tower moment, whether you were made redundant or the end of a contract occurred, or whether you were just leaving. You decided to leave something because you're someone who's got a lot of skills. You may be taking your skill set elsewhere. If you think about birds migrating, I feel a lot of you could be migrating your skills into a different area of expertise or even a different company. Even if you work for yourself, this could be you migrating your skill set in order to set something else up that perhaps is working already. It's like you're doubling down on it, and it could bring in more revenue there as well. The World card is your outcome energy. So this definitely tells me that, you're looking at endings of things like expiry dates, end of contracts. Some of you may even be taking up seasonal work that you intend to end at a certain period that will just bring in some extra finances for you. But the World card indicates that you're focused on your goals and you complete your tasks to a very high degree. And there's a lot of abundance attached to the World card energy. It can indicate that something is given that is part of your prosperity. So this could be a bonus or some sort of promotion, raise, or new income idea. Could be that you're like completing something, but knowing it's time to start something new. That definitely feels like something new is happening here for you. And it says here, you must find your purpose to accomplish it. There is no guarantee for success, but the experience you gain will have the potential to fulfill your desires. Now, of course, in life in general, there's no guarantees, but I feel there is a rare opportunity coming in for you, something that you're ready for, that you're prepared for, and I feel that this is going to activate monumental success for you. The World card is always about completeness, it's about wholeness, it's always about accomplishment and success and feeling fulfilled in the industry or the focus, the expertise that you find yourself in. And I feel this is about you having all the elements. You start with the magician energy, which often has all the elements on the table. The magician has a table that has wands, swords, cups, and of course pentacles there. And you're leaving with the world energy, which has all the elements, which is air, fire, water, and of course, earth. So this can indicate that, you're doing a lot of things right now, and this tenacity and this kind of like sustainability is going to be successful. I feel there are extra responsibilities coming in for you right now, and a lot of you are just trying to close out the year on a high is what I see there. But let's get a little bit more detail to see what's going on there. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, you've been working super hard. You may be feeling that things for this year are kind of grinding to a halt, but you are still pushing on through, is what I'm seeing there. You're someone who is faithful to your cause. You're determined for sure. I feel like you're hardworking. And yes, look at that. We got Queen of Pentacles. You're trying to brainstorm new ideas to multiply your wealth, or at least compound on your wealth. So if you are someone who is trying to kind of make your money work for you rather than just the other way around, of course you're going to work for what you're earning right now, but a lot of you are trying to find a way to amplify wealth. This could be through generational wealth structures. We have the Tower there, which is a structure. So just be a little bit mindful, because Queen of Pentacles and the structure in the resistance position, it can indicate that there may be some dip in the economy over the next coming weeks and months there. So just be a little bit mindful on that. I feel a lot of you are looking to secure your wealth. Yes, you're curious, you're plotting, you're planning, you're having new ideas there with that Page of Swords. Now, this is definitely a review period. So if you work for yourself, you may be just checking back on the year that you've had, the wins, the losses, the times that you felt things were stagnant or that you took 2 steps forward, 4 steps back. But I feel like you're really on course building your empire right now. And I also feel, look at these power cards that are coming out for you. There's a lot of energy around you right now. If you work for a company, I see people in positions of authority noticing you. Okay, and I feel there is a really, okay, so I'm getting already, for some of you, there is definitely a change in management, or there is some energy of someone suddenly leaving a company. If you work for a company, they may be going off to set up on their own. There may even be 2 people who've decided to do that, and they may partner up actually. Not all of them will, but I get an energy of a person in a position of authority leaving a role and setting up elsewhere. And I see them asking you, it's like they're poaching you. They're going to ask you if you want to come with them. There's a headhunting energy here, okay? So that's definitely coming through here. I feel like it will be a great partnership. So you may be leaving, or you may be offered an opportunity where you will really investigate it further. There's more money involved in it for you. There's definitely more responsibility, more work, okay? But I feel it's something that you will deeply think about. And you've got the 2 of Cups, which basically is, you know, an alliance, a proposal, an agreement, maybe even a contract there. So I definitely see with that Wheel of Fortune, it's a lucky opportunity for you. Always read the contract, of course, but I do see something coming in that is great for you. Now, of course, if you are someone who is, how can I put this? It's like if you're working in a company and you're really content with where you're at. I mean, I do see that you're keeping an eye on the job market to see if there are alternative opportunities for you to staircase wealth. But I do see a review energy here. I'm seeing surveillance cameras right now. So this can indicate that people are watching what you do. If you're working in a company, they're reviewing your work, assessing. And I do see here that there could be some sort of appraisal that brings in a little bonus for some of you, or a little raise. Maybe there's just talk about a raise in alignment with inflation and things like that. But for some of you, if you work in a company where there is a bit of a bonus, I do see one coming on in there for you. One that you will celebrate and toast, okay, is coming through there as well. But I also see that there is an energy here where you may be offered some alternative role or alternative project, okay? And this could come in, as I said, as like out of the blue. It feels like it kind of disrupts your natural schedule in the working environment, but it is something that sets you up for something new in the future, is what I'm seeing. So it could be that you're asked to figurehead a department, or someone leaves and you're taking on the extra responsibility there. And I feel it sets you up for a major win in 2026. I can't even believe that I'm talking about 2026, but there we are. I see it in your future there. A lot of success. For some of you, there could be some sort of global element to this as well. The company that you work for could go global, or is branching out, or has a branch overseas. This may be a conversation for the future, but it's coming through there as well. Now, not everybody works for a company. If you work for yourself, I see a lot of you brainstorming new ways to capitalize on your finances. With the Knight of Pentacles, you're working hard, you're doing it all. You're holding it all together. It's been a tough year, but you made it through, is what I'm seeing there. It is the final push. So I do see you brainstorming new ideas there. The Knight of Pentacles indicates that, you know, you're in a stable position. I mean, no matter who you are, I feel like you are trying to build wealth. It's been hard, but I feel like you're portioning off some money there. And, you know, you have traditional values when it comes to your finances. You know what you've got. You portion stuff away, but you may be trying to find ways to either compound your wealth or learn about generational wealth, or ways to secure your wealth. Because, of course, the surveillance cameras that I see there in the water, some of you may actually be protecting your online security, or, you know, there may be some sort of tactical way to structure your finances so that you build wealth or compound it for your future and your family. Some of you may be looking into that at this moment in time. Some of you may be even thinking about migrating your business overseas or your finances overseas in some way, and you may be looking to get advice from, the right authority or legal advice in some way in order to structure, because I definitely see some sort of structure here. Make sure you get advice from someone who's qualified, because you don't want to misstep. Very important there. But if you work for yourself, I see lots of new ideas happening here, bubbling up for you. And I actually see some networking opportunities as well. For some of you, this could be with a group of people. And I would say just be a little bit mindful. They love what you're about, and they really are in awe of everything that you have accomplished so far, but also, what you're capable of in the future. And they do kind of want to piggyback off that. I want you to be aware of that. But I would say just be mindful, because what you have, it feels like they lack. Okay, now there may be two people who come towards you. These cards are in the reverse situation. It feels like one person has a bit of an ego, okay, and ultimately I feel this person has a problem with power. Okay, and I would say that this person, if you're going into business with this person, make sure there is a contract that states what everybody should be doing, okay, because this person is going to make a power play at some point, and they may even coast. They abuse their situation in some way, and I would say that I don't see a separation of it in the future. I would just say that it feels like you're going to align with a person who you work really well with, but you may actually turn someone down that you feel they could be a problem in the future. So if you're someone who perhaps is, working contract to contract, it could be that you just notice a person is not good to work with. You just feel like they're disruptive. They may actually pay money, but you may feel actually it's not worth it. For some of you, this could also be that, how can I put that? It could be like a company that you feel would use your skills and just make you another number, and you're not about that, okay? I feel like you align with someone where you can really build a financial future if you're working for yourself and you're wanting to merge, because I do see a merge here. So I see that happening as well. For some of you, if you work for the family business, it can be that there are parental energies here. So for some of you, if you are in your family business, it could be that there's a big conversation around you taking over or taking more responsibility in the business. There could be an energy of them being silent partners, or just kind of not stepping down fully, still keeping their hand in, but it feels like they're relinquishing control over some aspects. This, will bring in more responsibility for you, but I feel like you love it and it's time. And I feel like these opportunities mean the world to you, and it just feels like you're going to run with this, okay? Also, I feel there is an energy that for some of you, if you are someone who works online, because this is a swords card, this can connect to the ether, the internet. If you're an influencer, for example, and you run your own business, I feel there could be a partnership deal that comes up for you. Now, this could be you merging your business with a social media platform that's going to pay extra revenue. Please apply it to your situation. I'm not really sure how all of these things work, but it could be that, you're sourcing new ways to double down on what you do already. I feel like you're curious about some sort of new alliance for sure in the next coming weeks. And I feel like it is a partnership that you will celebrate, and it brings a lot of good fortune here. And a lot of you, this could make you go global, or you're going to be seen more overseas. No matter what you do, I see a lot of you getting some traction overseas, or partnering up with some sort of global partnership or global, maybe even online kind of service that sees you reaching out a little bit further, extending or branching out, extending your reach in terms of the world. A lot of you, if you're in shipping, or you sell things online and send them overseas, I would say just be a little bit mindful. There could be some delays in the shipping, but that's not your fault. But I would say that you're going to be extra busy over the next coming weeks there as well. Now, if you're someone who's currently out of work and you are looking for a new role or opportunity, I definitely see two roles coming up for you. One feels like it is very high ranking. Okay, you have that Emperor energy. Okay, but there's also this energy of looking in a different direction, almost like thinking, should you migrate your skills to a different genre or different sector? Or it's almost like, if you are, I'm just going to like throw this out there. Doesn't matter what you work in, please apply it to your situation. But if you are someone, for example, who perhaps is very good with design, okay, it could be that suddenly you're deciding to take your design skills into the fashion industry, and you're about to either create your own clothes or a fashion line, or it could be that you are migrating your design skills into product design or into website design or something like that. It just feels like you're taking whatever you're really great at, because you're very talented. When you've got the Magician, it tells me no matter what you do, you can turn your hand at anything. So, especially if you're learning new things, because a lot of you are upskilling or learning new things or wanting to learn something new to keep things fresh for the new year, no matter what industry you work in. But I feel a lot of you could be migrating and kind of like, I would say networking is going to be really great for you over the next coming weeks and months as well. So it could be that there's some sort of seasonal event that brings people together, and it could be that you get talking to the right individuals. But what I see is if you're currently out of work right now and you're searching, a lot of you have been searching for a long time. You've been vigilant, keeping your eyes peeled. You've been investing in yourself, upskilling, learning new things, trying to keep abreast of your industry so that you remain relevant in this industry. And I do feel that, as I said, one is very high ranking, but it feels like it goes nowhere after that. It's very serious role. There's a lot of responsibility there. I feel like it's a reliable kind of contract. It feels very much like it doesn't go anywhere. It's like that's the role and you'll be in it until you retire if that's what you want. But then there's another role which brings in the opportunity to staircase in finances. I feel it's just a little lesser in the title. Okay, and it may start off as a little lesser in money, but it will grow. It will surpass the other role. And I feel like you know that before you take it. So there is a contract coming on in here. You will seal the deal. You may even start this role in the new year, but an opportunity comes out of the blue, and it's a great alliance or a great partnership there. In the meantime, I feel a lot of you may be thinking about running your own business or structuring things that way and having lots of ideas. Do not dismiss any of your ideas. It's setting you up for the future. This could almost be a stepping stone, as it were, for you to utilize the role or the position in order to get lots of money and then branch off on your own. Okay, a lot of you are actually thinking about running your own business, especially with that Emperor energy right there. It tells me that you have the know-how. You are someone who is locked onto your goals, very serious, and you're very organized, structured. But I do see a winding down as you close out the year to really celebrate everything you've accomplished so far, but also look at where you can build for the future, okay? Because I feel like there's an energy here of you kind of like building on what you did this year. Next year is going to be, I would say, a little bit luckier for you. There's going to be some hidden opportunities that come your way, things that perhaps you were trying to work towards this year, but actually they're coming in for you for next year. And that's whether you're in a role or not. I feel this is something for Leos to embrace for the year ahead. And with that Queen of Pentacles, there's normally rabbits. Are they in this card? Let me see. Yes, well, it's kind of like covered there by that little frame, but there's a little rabbit there that's all about multiplying wealth. This card indicates that there may be some spending. Now, whether you're retired and you're still doing some projects, some of you may be semi-retired or thinking about retirement because you have the world energy right there. So I would say that a lot of you are portioning off money to save, but there is some spending going on because the Queen of Pentacles is initially in the resistance position. So you're trying not to overspend. You're being very clever with your finances. But if you're gifting, because there's an energy here of gifting with this card, I feel like you're going to find the right deals. And for some of you, I'm seeing a loyalty card in the water as well. Some of you may actually have points on a loyalty card that you can utilize over the coming weeks in order to make sure that you can portion your wealth off in other areas. So for example, if you've got a loyalty card that can purchase food, for example, a lot of you could be utilizing that and saving your finances in order to purchase a gift or just save, double down on what you have already. But because there's two people here in the resistance position, I would say a lot of you, no matter who you are, okay, I feel, especially if you're going for an interview, okay, I feel a lot of you could be going for an interview, as I said, and getting a role of your dreams. But in the interview process, there is an energy where someone, or maybe even two people, like a panel of people, if you're going to be in front of people, they could surprise you with their dismissiveness, with their apathy, as it were. Now, of course, you need to feel the vibe of the company that you're interviewing for. If it feels right for you, it means it's right for you, okay? But there may be two people, I'm just picking up on two, and they may be in different interviews. So you could go for a second interview and you meet a second person and think, oh my gosh, this person's challenging. They're testing you. They want to see how you deal with challenging personalities, because I feel there's one or two in the company that you will rarely deal with, but I feel like they may be just testing to see how professional you are. And of course, you hold your own. So recognize that if anyone is dismissive or, they seem disinterested, they're actually very interested. And they are just seeing how you would deal with a problem. Okay. And actually, one of their questions may be asking you, tell me how you dealt with a major problem or a difficult personality in your career to date, and have that answer ready, because it will really impress them. Okay, so that's coming through there as well. But a lot of you could deal with some challenging people over the next coming weeks and months, because I feel like everybody's under pressure to get everything done as you close out the year. So of course, these two cards will go into the upright. For some of you, I mean, personally, you may be trying to organize a wedding. If that's you, congratulations. I feel, of course, it's a lot of pressure. You're portioning off your finances. You're going to have an incredible time. It could be something you're saving for or something you're doing on the side as well. But if there are some people out of office during this period, I feel a lot of you are holding it all together, holding the fort, as it were, taking up the extra slack as you wind out the year. But this is going to be noticed, okay? And if you work for yourself, I feel like, of course, you're doing everything, getting everything done so you can take a vacation, or you can, be with your nearest and dearest and just celebrate all the hard work that you've done, because your Two of Cups is a celebration of everything that you did. Even when things don't go exactly your way, you learn from them. You have the learning card right there. It's important to recognize that the greatest and most successful people of our era, and even before, they didn't experience success and their eureka moments straight away. They trialed and errored, and they never let it get them down. They straight away got back up and walked forward. So if you've had a very challenging year, my beautiful Leo, I feel like you got back up many times, and I feel like you powered on through. And with that Emperor energy, I feel like a lot of you, if you're not doing it already, you could definitely run your own business. And a lot of you could be structuring that or thinking about that over the next coming weeks and months there. Wheel of Fortune, some nice surprises coming through. For some of you, this could be some extra finances, a bonus, commission, or a tip, for example, or even some sort of token of appreciation from a client if you deal with clients, or customer, or even like your boss or industry that you work in. But also I see a lot of you, there is a surprise opportunity coming on in. So this could be a contract, or it could be some sort of lucky moment that comes in for you. I mean, I feel a lot of you, luck, of course, it will be nice to come on in, but I feel like you're prepared for this, and I feel like you've worked really hard. So looking at you, my beautiful Leo, all your success is attributed to all the hard work that you've been putting in and investing in and showing up for yourself every single day. But there's something exciting there as you close out the year that comes as a surprise. Something you will celebrate is what I'm seeing there as well. Now, of course, on a very personal level, a practical level, I would say that some of you are looking at restructuring your finances. So you could be portioning money from one financial institution to another, and it could be there's a financial incentive to leave one financial institution to go to another. There could be, a little bonus for you moving all your bills to one account. over another. For some of you, this could also be that you are looking at different service providers and seeing who has your back when it comes to providing service. And if the money is right with the service, you're going to stay. But also if you feel like you're not getting a service, or you feel that the price hikes are too much for the service that is being offered, you may be seeking alternative opportunities elsewhere, and you will align with a company that gives a better deal, one that you're really comfortable with there as well, okay? Also, the Two of Cups, if you're attending some sort of networking event, or there's some sort of team building exercise, or even some sort of like festive party or gathering, I would say be a little bit mindful, because there's an energy here of two things. One is, if you work for a company, you could expose an affair, or you may notice that two people are extra friendly, or someone actually could make a pass at you, my beautiful Leo. Now, if you have a crush on this person and you find them attractive and vice versa, and everyone's free and happy to explore, then this could be your happy ever after, of course. Someone may express feelings for you and surprise you, but if you've got feelings for them, I would say this is you and your person like getting together and finally sealing the deal. For some of you, if you have been seeing someone at the working environment but keeping it hush hush, I feel there is a potential for someone to discover it, but then you may be like, you know what, there's no point in hiding it. We have feelings for each other. We love each other. Let's just put it out in the open. I feel like it's a destined relationship. So this could be that finally you're really comfortable with saying to everyone, you know what, yeah, there's no drama here. We just kind of love being with each other, and it is what it is. Also, with the Two of Cups energy, I just feel like there is an energy of celebration. I know the economy is challenging right now. I feel that a lot of you are looking at being really savvy with your finances and making sure that you keep an eye on, frivolous spending, or where you feel there's a drain in your finances. I feel like you're making sure you're on top of that, and I feel like you're structuring things to set you up for the new year. Also, I feel a lot of you are looking at reciprocity in the working environment, making sure that the effort that you're putting in is paying you back, okay, or is worth it. So if you work for yourself, I would say that a lot of you, this could be that you're looking at tasks and responsibilities that you do. And if you feel like you're giving so much of your energy out to one area and you want to actually be concentrating on something new for the new year, a lot of you could outsource some of the mundane tasks or responsibilities, because you want to dwell in the magic with the magician energy. So it could be that you're outsourcing to an accountant if you're someone who doesn't like paperwork and spreadsheets and all of those things. Or it could be that you are getting an assistant, as it were, to complement what you do so that you can co-align or work together. Or it could be family members. Some of you could be hiring family members at this time, or, finding a way to really be very productive and aligning with your goals and dreams there. I feel a lot of you are also refining the details of your goals and setting specific milestones to reach that are achievable, so you can break down your goals and dreams into steps. And I feel there is something, as I said, to celebrate, or some sort of win there at the end of the year. And I feel like you toast the moment, okay? So that's coming out there as well. Also, I would say, because the Tower is there, I'm just seeing like a power outage as well. Some of you may encounter a power outage there, or perhaps I would say just download statements. This is a protector card, okay? And the Emperor protects what he has worked really hard to accomplish. So I would say, in this day and age, download a statement of everything that you have in each account. Maybe do it monthly, just to prove what you have, so that if there's ever a glitch with a financial institution and, they ask you for proof of what you had in your account before, because back in the day, in 2008, when there was the big financial crash, of course, some people had to prove what they had in their accounts, because there was a glitch. And some things, I'm not here to make you feel paranoid at all. Not at all, okay? I just feel it's prudent. It's really savvy. And you have a lot of prudent cards here, just to not, worry about anything, just as a routine, maybe monthly, just kind of like download a financial statement to say, hey, I got $6 in this account and 20 in this, or 200,000 in this, or, you know, whatever it is that you have going on in your personal circumstances, I would say it's always just savvy just to keep an eye on your statements, download them monthly, you know, just to prove. So again, I don't see anything negative because the tower is in the resistance position, but I am seeing a power outage, and this could connect to a major banking service or industry there, or I mean, it's definitely connected to money there. So it could be that you can't access an app. Briefly, I want you to be aware, briefly, it gets back online, everything's fine, okay? But I'm just saying, it's just savvy to do that, okay? So let me just go and get some final cards for you. I mean, a lot of you are thinking about retiring there as well. Or thinking about when is the right time to retire. Some of you, it may be this year. Maybe you're closing out the year like, I'm done. You're going to give back to yourself. I want you to be aware that it is time with that Wheel of Fortune. You're going to enjoy your fortune. You've been very savvy. Of course, there's going to be worry. Everybody worries when it comes to retirement and, you know, moving into a different era of their finances and their life, but I feel like you're going to love it. And there may even be either you, your partner, or if you don't have a partner, you and a friend or someone you know who's close to you are going to enjoy that retirement. It is going to be amazing. So, you know, sit back, relax, and start giving back to yourself there as well. But a lot of you, as you close out this year, you're going to be thinking about retirement. So you're going to be focused on your 401ks, pension pots, acquisitions, compounding wealth, things like that for your future. Because as we close out a year, I mean, humans, naturally, we start to think about the year ahead. We start to think about our stability, and we start to think about the infrastructures of where we work and how we can concentrate on what we want for our future to secure our money for retirement. So these are going to be things that are on your mind. And your 10th house is going to make you very ambitious, very driven. The 4th house is going to make you think about savings or think about, you know, structuring your wealth in a way where you protect it. So we got floating away. I mean, some of you, as I mentioned, are going to have some, you know, overseas influence there, or you're thinking about migrating your business. A lot of you may be thinking about upping and leaving, but I really feel things are taking off. And I wish I'd said it and written it down, but I didn't, so I can't call it. But when I, you know, start to think about doing a reading, because I get called by my guys like it's time to do the Leo reading. So suddenly I get lots of images and ideas and things come in, you know, and I don't like to let any of those influence the reading. Sometimes I'll write it down if I'm doing the 10-minute meditation that I do before I do your reading, but this came before the 10-minute meditation. And I kid you not, I actually saw balloons in the air, hot air balloons, lots of them, but I didn't write it down, so I can't call it. But it's nice to know that, you know, the energy that you're in right now is ascension, that things are going to be taking off for you. Be wary of people who are giving you hot air or saying something that feels like it's too good to be true, or, you know, are not pulling their weight. Let's put it that way. It says winds of change. Oh my gosh, that song, as I said, there's something connected here. So, you know, there is change going on in your industry, but I feel a lot of you are restructuring the way that you work as well. It says lofty goals in the clouds, drifting, hot air, and quest. So I feel like, you know, you're taking action on something like a quest. It's not hot air. I feel things are going to take off for you, and it feels winds of change blow, because I feel like you want to ascend, of course. So that ascension means you're going to have new ideas, new ways of doing things, looking at new kit or new tools. I feel there's a fresh new approach to whatever it is that you do to keep things interesting, exciting, and heading in the right direction. And of course, we have affluence. You know, you have a lot of affluent cards here, especially with that Queen of Pentacles. I love that card. It says influx of abundance, quick cash, deep pockets, assets, patron, money flow. Okay, so I definitely see all of that for you. And, you know, there's 4 people here. Okay, so there could be some people, maybe you're creating an alliance or you're setting up a business with people, friends. I would say make sure you get a contract in place there as well. But I actually feel that this is people, you know, noticing what you do. Maybe these people are people who have influence in your industry in some way and helping you rise through the ranks. But also this could be you stepping into a position where you have influence, which will bring a lot of affluence and set you up for the future there as well. Okay, so I'll leave it there, my beautiful Leo. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune. Interesting what popped out for you. Now we have, you know, It's the evil eye. So basically it wards off anything negative. So you're protected. Okay, that actually popped out of the trinket bowl there for you. So you're meant to acknowledge that. I would say any new ideas, don't share them with other people. Okay, I would say a lot of you, true power moves in silence. Shout about the results or the rewards, or, you know, when you've got something completed. But when you're in motion, you're in stealth mode. Okay. Oh my gosh. Look at this. We've got balloons. Okay. And, yeah, there's 3 balloons there. So 3 may be relevant, but balloons indicate things elevating again. And, you know, you on a quest. Also, I would say don't ever let anyone burst your bubble. You know, sometimes people can be negative about the pathway because they feel like they couldn't achieve something, or they may have tried in the past and they didn't achieve what you're about to achieve. So, you know, don't let anyone rain on your parade. Sometimes, you know, haters or people who are super negative, they may like dislike or be negative about things in you that they feel like they lack in themselves. So just keep on shining. Okay. Oh my gosh. I just saw what the other trinket was. We got a bee. Okay. I love being surprised by my guides. I mean, I close my eyes when I pick the trinkets, and of course you cannot see my eyes. So you do have to trust me on that. But I love to be surprised with what comes out. And I scry in the water. I'm given the images. And a lot of you, this is you, that lone bee, going off, doing your own thing and being very successful. The rewards are going to be worth it for sure. But also I would say lean into community or networking at this time, because you're going to meet people of influence. Even if what you do is online, there could be someone that you really admire in your industry. Reach out. This person probably, looking at the energy, they've already witnessed what you're doing, because they like to keep abreast of the industry and who's coming up. So I feel like, you know, you could already be noticed by this person, and there is an exchange, and they may want to help you up in some way, or open a door for you, or give you some sort of advice that is a token, like a golden nugget that will help you in the industry. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, my beautiful Leo. I hope something resonates for you. Thank you so much, and love and light.